Look at that. There are 3,176 calls for papers for special issues. Here you can just narrow down your subject. The broad is physical sciences and engineering, including chemical engineering, chemistry, computer science, earth, energy, engineering, material science, and so on. Look at the second option is the life sciences. We call this a botany. They say that agriculture and biological sciences, biochemistry, genetics and molecular biology, environmental science, and neuroscience. Then they have a separate category for health science, medicine and dentistry, nursing, toxicology, pharmaceutical science, veterinary, and so on. When it comes to social sciences, you have arts and humanities, business, management, accounting, decision sciences, econometrics, finance, psychology, social sciences. So the last one. So these are the subcategory, and you can click and you can find how many papers are there. If suppose I would like to go with agriculture and biological sciences, there are 412 calls in biological sciences, and you have some subcategory. You can click that. I really want to look at that plant science. There are 57 calls, right? So you can have the options to search the special calls based on your domain. That is one strategy. I tell you why this strategy is really good, because if you look at that, you see here there is a journal is there, and this is a title of the special issue. Let's say Plant Nanotechnology 4.0, integrating AI, biosensors, and nanomaterials for agricultural and excellence. Now, who are all the guest editors? The Plant Nanobiology is the journal name, and this is site score. What is the site score? And then if you look at the submission deadline is 1st June 2025. So if suppose this is really interesting to me, and if I find this is overlapping with my research field, immediately I'll click this. It is like, Plant Nanobiotechnology 2.8, and I'll first thing I look at that whether it is a open access. If open access means, do we need to pay? Okay, so I need to look at that. If it is a open access, then I will really look into that. Okay, if this is open access, how much I should pay? This is $1,000. So definitely we are not going to give $1,000 and publish anything. So I'm really say that no, I don't want to go for it. So I'll just go back and I'll see that any other thing that is just closing, closer to my field. So if suppose anything is there, and then the deadline also I'll be looking. Okay, fine, this is fine. I said that this algal biotechnology is like. Now, if you look at that, I click, this is a 4.6 impact factor, 9.4 site score, which is nothing but the average number of citations a journal receives. Higher the site score, higher the impact factor, the probability of getting more citations for your article is ensured. Okay, but this, you look at that, algal research supports open access, which means I don't want to pay. Which means if I want to pay, I can pay. Otherwise, it's not mandatory. So I feel, oh, this is good. So the journal, I can just really go for it. It has good impact factor. Now I want to look at that. The deadline is 31st January. Okay, so 31st January. So can I write something on that? Then you need to look at that algal biotechnology. They will be giving like this particular forum or special issue. We concentrate on all these things. They will give a small abstract, and then you look at that. Okay, if this also falls into a line, just think about, now we are in October. We have November, December, and January. We have 3 months. Why don't we take a chance of writing a review article for this particular special issue? If this particular area is in your domain of expertise, okay, this is how I will do. So because we need to have a deadline, and we need to align our expectations or ideas towards a particular one. Let's say I'm just changing this to, okay, I'm from probably arts and humanities. This is 30 calls, and in arts and humanities I am especially from language and linguistics. Do I have anything? Yeah, 17 calls. So you look at that, online communication behavior and EMI higher education. Look at that, the deadline is May 2025. So we have 8 months you can think of. Then you click and see that whether that is okay. It supports open access 4.9, excellent. Then think about it and see the types of language and visual behavior observed in online EMI communications. So we really need to know, like English medium instruction is called EMI. And then they have given some subtopics. Do you want to write? Please try. Okay, like that, I'm just giving this particular link to you, so that all subjects, I can just put it in the chat box so that you can use this. Right? So we need to have a try to move forward. If there is no demand, if there is no need, we will never progress. Okay. So what I used to do, this is strategy, maybe probably a success mantra. When I start the academic year in June, I'll be looking at this. And is there any area that falls into my expertise? I'll pick. I'll see that is there any reasonable overlap. And then, okay, if it is overlap with my field, my project students, I will send the link. Okay, you are going to submit your paper to this journal. That will become your project, and you go. So we have 7 months of time. The person will look, work, and then design, and we can work. If we do not have a facility, check that whether that particular journal will accept review. Then in that topic, you write it. Okay. So why I am telling that, the one that I show, this particular, sorry, okay, this particular what is it? This particular review article is published based on a special issue. So there was a special issue, and then I'm not well versed in this particular field of catalysis in the recent past, but I'm a computational chemist, so field is same. And then I thought, I asked my student, I have some idea, can you work on it? I'll tell how we worked. Okay, definitely, because it's strategy. I'll give. And then he said yes. So when I have one helping hand, why don't we work on it? And then we started work on, and then we finished. And since there is a deadline, we finished around 80%. Somehow we managed, we submitted our paper, and then they have given a revision. During revision time, we added everything, and then we have submitted. Again, they asked us to revise. We revised, and finally it is published. But it is a strong, firm, push from the faculty to the student. At the end, the student will get a good purchase out of it. So always talk about the special issue and then work, right? So therefore, you just see. Okay, this is one thing, and similarly, you can look at the call for papers in Taylor and Francis. So there are every journal is now giving up, coming up with this one. So I'll go to Google and then call for papers. So Taylor and Francis. So other publisher, then we can say that, let's say call for papers. This is a website. Okay, again, I can copy paste this here for your reference. And Taylor and Francis covers most of the arts and humanities side. You can click, even though we have that, yeah, we have behavioral sciences, biosciences, and so on. You can click, you can pick the area. Now I just picked one such areas. We are all in education domain. Can we pick education? Or do you have any preference? You can just put it in chat box. I'll pick and I'll demonstrate. Any preference, will get it from the faculty. Type your domain. I'm showing that the domains available: arts, computer science, economics, or law, humanities, biosciences. Pick any one, then we will see. I want to see that. Just type or unmute and you can say that.
Sir, environment and sustainability.
Yes, environment and sustainability. Thank you, ma'am. So I click this and then I just say that show call for papers. There are 78 papers. You see here, it's like marine related journal. That's like International Journal of Sustainable Energy. This is 31st October. Definitely we cannot push because today is 29. So the order with which like the recent deadline will be coming here. 31st October, 31st October. So I really want to look at that. Probably I need 3 months of time, let's say. Okay, December, December, December. Okay, I want to go for this any January, we'll see. Yeah. So probably like civil engineering and environment, the interconnectedness of transportation. So that may not be relevant to me as big earth data. That's again AI. So if you are from computer science, that's the thing. If you are from sensors, biosensing, yeah, then carbon management, that is there. So pick any one, then I'll click that and then I'll go. I'll slowly scroll down, just unmute, and then whoever mentioned that this field, this says, sir, let us go and check this. Anything that is relevant, philosophical magazine letters. This is a special issue. This is a journal name, the top one. So any one that we need to look at that. Critical public health, let's say that's February 20th. So I want this particular issue is really appealing to me. So I just click read more. Okay. And then you see this is open access. Open access means by and large you need to pay. So if I'm an author and I say no, I cannot pay. So I am just looking at sustainable environment and the urban greening and forest. Let's say this is a journal. Again, this is open access. And you can check that whether this open access is free or not. Sometimes open access they may not charge. Environmental sociology. Okay. So they said that they are asking you to submit abstract. So the abstract deadline is 21st October. Otherwise, we cannot go ahead. Even though the manuscript deadline is 31st March, they are asking us to submit the abstract. And they will choose. If you scroll down, they will be giving the theme of the special issue here and submission instruction. And then you can submit the article. Okay. So this is how you can think, right? Or you can scroll down any other sustainability, science, practice, and policy. Click here. And then this like manuscript deadline is 22 April. And you can look at what they really look for. If your interest is in line with them, then you can go ahead, right? And then once this is fine, and this is not an open access, so I don't want to pay, then I will just go and visit the journal. Okay, so sustainability, science, practice, and peace. About the journal you have, and then you see here research articles, brief reports, reviews. Oh, they do accept reviews. And look at the journal metrics, is a 3.6 impact factor. That's a great thing, right? So you have to just go and pick the journals in that way. Anything that you love to do, you can do it here. Okay, you can score. This is how you need to do. Up to this, you are fine with that. I'm just giving the strategy how we need to adapt. Any doubt, till this point? If you have, you can just, we can have it at the end, no problem. But if you have any doubt, you can stop me and you can ask. Now, let us check some answers. Right now, my intention is to introduce the way in which you can think of leveraging the energy and the human resource that we have. Now, before getting into that, sir, I have a lot of interest. Sir, I have a lot of time, and I really want to do pursue here. I want to do better things. I want to excel in research and so on. And my suggestion is like we need to be very realistic, pragmatic in our planning and execution. Let us check some answers. I don't know how many of you are here from mathematics department. Find x is a question, right? Can I have answers from you? Find x. Find x. What is the answer? Any guess? You have studied about this particular theorem, right? So you will be squaring it, 4 square plus 3 square, and then probably it is equal to the 5 square. So x equal to 5. But the student has answered in this way. You look at that, and the student is completely convinced with that. The question is find x. And I actually found where the x is, right? So what could be your scoring for this particular problem? A big 0 from a teacher's perspective, right? Okay. The second one, if you look at that, the question is expand 2x plus y. You look at that, the child has really literally expanded x plus y. Again, we'll give a 0 for that. The third one, if you look at that, draw a plant cell and identify its most important parts. That is a question. And if you look at that, sorry, from people from biology or a botany, he said that the child has drawn a plant inside the cell, and because it's like plant cell, right? So again, we will be giving 0 to this. Can anyone tell that why the teachers are giving 0, where the student has understood the question and then has written this answer? Why are we giving 0? You can unmute and you can tell. Why are we giving 0?
We
Yes.
are having answers in our mind already. That answer must match with the answer
Okay, we are
written
having
by the
some
child.
answers in our mind and that is not matching with that. Okay. Okay, nice. Thank you. So any other? Any other? We have some answers and ready-made answers and we are looking for the answers, but that's not there. Okay. So when we are having excellent answer, that is how then people say, no, this is not the one that I want, right? I want it in a different way. And we used to say the same thing in our students also. Ma'am, why did you give only 7 out of 10? No, I expect these things. And then you will tell that, okay, then the student will tell that, no, ma'am, if you could have told this earlier, we could have given. The point here is the conflict is arising because we did not understand the expectation. So understanding the expectations is very, very important, right? Now the question is, how do I know what is expected from me? That is a serious question, I would say. How do I know what is expected from me? The first thing, like, we really need to know the journal, because we really need to know the journals. So I will take you to the Scopus page and see that. I just typed scopus.com. We are talking about the review writing. Most of the journals do accept the review articles. But the point here is there are journals which are exclusively for reviews. I repeat, there are journals which are accepting only review articles. Okay, let us check that. I'll go to the Scopus and I can create a username and password, but for searching that is not necessary. The title I'm writing reviews and then find. So you look at that, there are 46,704 journals are available in general, and I'm typing reviews. Look at that, 367 results. So I will also add the word review, because sometimes the journal is like that. Now if you look at that review and reviews keyword, if you look at that 1,731 journals out of 46,000, they are exclusively devoted towards reviews. Look at that, Nature reviews molecular cell biology, Nature reviews drug discovery, Nature review materials, Nature review cancer, chemical reviews, and so on. These are the top journals because they say site score. Higher the site score, greater the journal in terms of popularity. Now I'm just moving to the next page. There are many number of pages, 1,700 journal. Just go pick with your domain. Okay, reviews with your domain. You look at that. Okay, I would like to look at that coordination chemistry reviews. So coordination chemistry review is a, this will accept only the reviews. So we can just go